Hello everybody, Tarek Fattal here alongside Steve Fryer from Orange County Register. We'll get straight to it. Big time boys Southern Section Open Division Championship on Friday at Long Beach State at the Pyramid. Steve, I think there's so much to look forward to. I mean, right off the bat, what are things you're looking at in regards to the Monarchs and the Trailblazers?
Well, it's going to be a mixture of styles, as they say in boxing. You know, modern day's more of a, they run more half-court stuff, a lot of execution there. Whereas Sierra Canyon, they like to run, they like to go, they like to use their athleticism, they like to get some turnovers, get some points off those turnovers. So a lot of it's going to have to be if modern day can play discipline, control the ball well. A lot of that means that Spencer Friedman, the point guard, is going to have to be on his A game.
What I think I love about Spencer Friedman in the little times that I've seen him play is he doesn't get sped up. He has the ability to control himself. And I think, like you said, Sierra Canyon, actually I wrote in my game story, after they beat Bishop Montgomery, they were yelling to the fans, AAU team, AAU team. They've kind of been branded as this up and down.
There's a little history to that. Right?
Transfers all thrown together, and maybe you can shed light on it. But when I talked to them in the press conference after the game, they, Andre Chevalier, the head coach for Sierra Canyon, had mentioned that it's because they play fast, they get up and down, and they speed teams up.
Yeah,
and
they're not structured.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to the eye. Yeah. I think to the eye, I think there's certainly some general chaos and some structure where you're getting up and down, trying to speed teams up, and running a fast break that, with the athleticism they have, with Cassius Stanley, Dwayne Washington, even Pippen Jr., and of course KJ Martin, that's one heck of a fast break.
A couple guys from modern day that got to sort of counter on. I don't know, Harrison Butler's their best defensive player. Did a great job against Williams in the victory over Crespi in the first round of the Open Division playoffs. Harrison Butler, whose dad, Ricky, was a great player. Sorry, Ricky, but Harrison's a better defensive player than your dad. But Harrison guarded Williams, and I don't know if you put him on Stanley. I don't know what Coach McKnight of modern day is going to do, but maybe put him on Stanley. Michael Wong's got to hit the outside shots. He had a great game in the semifinal win. He had 23 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, just a great, best I've seen him play. He's going to have to hit some of those outside buckets and open up some inside stuff for himself. And Spencer Friedman's probably going to have to hit some of his NBA length threes too. So there's a lot of things that sort of have to go right for modern day.
Diving into some of the Sierra Canyon players, KJ Martin, a great athlete, and really every position is athletic.
Yes.
But then you've got the skills, like Dwayne Washington Jr., who's an Ohio State commit. I mean, yeah, I called it on Twitter kind of a Reggie Miller-like three that he hit to grab it, go find the three-point line, and make it. Super skilled. Stanley jumps out the gym. I don't know if there's an athlete like Stanley here in Southern California that can get up at the rim like that. I don't know how often you've seen him, but I certainly haven't seen it like that.
I've seen him twice, and yeah, they're different.
Well, Steve, we know it's going to be a shootout or a duke out, whatever it may be. We know it's going to be close. I think it's going to be close. I think factors for Sierra Canyon, limit turnovers. And frankly, one of the things that I've been watching all year, this is a newly formed team with a bunch of different transfers, but they've grown so much through close games. Now, at the latter part of their schedule in the Gold Coast League, they had some blowouts, but throughout some of their close wins, there tends to be, even Dwayne Washington, who's he's so savvy and he's really so mature for his age. He even mentioned on record saying, hey, sometimes we get a little selfish down the stretch. We got so much talent. We don't know how to close a game, or one guy wants to do it, one guy doesn't. And we clearly saw against Bishop, they've kind of grown through that. So a couple things I want to watch out for against modern day is when it gets close, who's it going to be? And who's willing to acquiesce to the other guy if he's feeling it, and so on and so forth. I think that's a really cool element to the Sierra Canyon team, which is pretty young. They've got a couple seniors and a bunch of juniors. So I think it comes down to playing together, sticking to a game plan, and if they can create turnovers and get out and run, I think it's Sierra Canyon.
Well, that's interesting what you say, because some of the scouting report stuff I've heard about Sierra Canyon is when the going gets tough, the tough get a little flustered.
Okay, yeah.
And sometimes they don't play as well together when they're losing, when times get tough. One guy tries to take over the game.
Absolutely. It's little hero ball, as they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's never going to be good. Whereas modern day doesn't have that in them at all, and I think a lot of that has to do with the quarterback on that basketball team, Spencer Friedman. I think he keeps them together. They have a lot of mature guys, coaches who won't put up with any of that stuff at all. Gary McKnight, the coach, has nothing to prove to any players about whether or not he can coach. He's in this Hall of Fame, that Hall of Fame, 1,000, 1,100 wins. Been winning CIF championships before these kids' parents were in high school. So he's got nothing to prove to that. So I think if it's a close game, you got to like Mater Dei's chances because of they've been in close games. They sort of have that pedigree. They're going to have to slow things down. They're going to have to match Sierra Canyon's athleticism as much as they can. That might be some might have to do with the coaching. Call your timeouts at the right time. Right. Make sure you get your kids together. Make the adjustments at halftime, which Mater Dei is really good at because with Jason Quinn, assistant coach, and so many great guys up and down the bench, Rusty Van Cleve and so on. Got a lot of good brainiacs over there on the bench. So, I think Mater Dei can win this game. I think sort of the big game legacy that they have will come into play, and I think that'll help them get over the top and beat Sierra Canyon.
Well, guys, you heard it from us. I'm Tarek Fattal from the Daily News. Orange County Register, Steve Fryer. Enjoy the game.